Hi there, everybody. This is John Drew here from Elevated Planet.
And Jolie Gabrielle here from Elevated Planet. And we'd like to welcome you to today's show. And John is going to tell us more about it.
With so many distractions going on in the external world, how does humanity stay on contract? What contract? What does that even mean? Very good questions. Thank you for asking, but I'll defer the answers to our show. But it's fair to say that it is more important than ever that we create our space of sovereignty, neutrality, inner peace and harmony. As such, this week we dive deeper into the starving out of the old and loving in the new, then deeper still into how personal reality creation really works. We are always creating our own personal reality, so it's best we understand the rules of the game. Individually, we are powerful, but as a community, we are an unstoppable force for the light, acting as way showers as that awakening of spiritual curiosity starts to kick in for more and more people. The journey towards the great remembering is very much underway. Yes, it is time to put our underwear on outside of our trousers because we are going to be exploring our superpowers today and identifying what that is all about and why this is going to be an important thing for humanity. It's really a very empowering thing to go through to realize, yeah, we are being distracted out there. There's a lot of distractions. And why are the distractions out there? Because they understand how powerful we are. And it's once we remember all those things, that's what it's all about. It's about remembering. It's not about learning. It's kind of about learning, but it's all about learning what you already know, if you see what I mean. So now we
Okay.
are going to our first official section, which again takes us back to Elizabeth April, remote viewer extraordinaire, as you know, and her Galactic Federation summit from June. This is another short section from there, and that is where we're going to be meeting Micca. And Micca is a hybrid grey, if memory serves me right. But it's all about raising awareness of the planetary distractions that are going on around us and how it could potentially derail our contract from the prophecy. There you go. But anyway, all will be revealed. So we're going to let Elizabeth take that away right now. Bear with me a second.
Okay, a lot of things, but it's kind of all around the same vein. So I'll kind of go through this really quickly. She said everything right now is meant to pull you out of yourself. And I'm going to repeat that because it's so fucking important. Everything going on right now in the world is meant to pull you out of yourself. When you are pulled outside of yourself, you lose connection with source and you lose connection with discernment. Okay? Micca went on to say that she's having meeting after meeting. Like, it's almost like everyone on board the Galactic Federation mothership, and obviously she's kind of more Galactic Federation of Worlds. I honestly don't fully know the difference. They work together. And she's saying that like everyone's working overtime right now. Okay. They're working overtime to ensure that humanity stays on contract with the prophecy, which is that we ascend into a higher frequency. So she was saying that we have to trust those contracts. If there is ever a moment to just trust that the universe, that the Galactic Federation, that our spirit guides, that our higher selves has our fucking back, it is right now. It's like by focusing on everything outside of ourselves that we can't control and fearing in that, we give away so much of our power.
The best way to end something is to let it starve. You see, conflict thrives on attention. The moment you engage, you feed it. And whatever you feed grows. But if you simply let it be, if you withdraw your energy, it withers away, like a fire deprived of air. The world is built on patterns, loops of cause and effect. Most people stay trapped within them, reacting endlessly, playing the same game over and over. But here's the secret. You don't have to play. Step back, and the game collapses. Step away, and new pathways unfold. Where attention goes, energy flows. So if you wish to move forward, let go. Do not return negativity. Do not wrestle with what seeks to pull you in. Instead, remove yourself entirely. Break the cycle, and life will adjust to your absence. This is where real power lies. Not in resistance, but in redirection. You are not bound to old loops. You are the creator of new ones.
Right now, your attention, your focus, okay, that is the currency of this reality. The problem is that everyone is looking outside of themselves and they have no idea what is real anymore. You know, like every once in a while, I'll read a comment and someone will be like, yeah, like someone online said that EA is, a government plant or like some sort of PSYOP program, or I don't even know what to believe anymore. And I'm just thinking, don't believe what people are saying. Don't even believe me. Believe in yourself. Stop externalizing your belief system into anyone or anything outside of yourself. The only truth meter that you need to tune in with is you. It's not a whistleblower. It's definitely not the government. It's not some spiritual guru online, okay? It's not your partner. It's not your in-laws. It's not your weird spiritual friend. The only truth that you can tap into is from within. And it's not even up here, guys. Trust me, I am a very logical, skeptical, knowledge-based person who tries to figure everything out up here. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago, actually becoming a mom, 3 years ago, where I'm like, oh, discernment is in the heart space. Feel into what is real. Feel into what is true for you. And I know that sounds so cheesy and so woo-woo, but when it comes to AI and it comes to aliens and it comes to all of these false flag events and these stories online and these people that are just talking at you on YouTube, right? Who knows what the fuck to believe anymore? The chaos and the confusion is exactly where they want you to be. So here's what I recommend. Quiet the noise. If you feel like you are externalizing your belief because someone is telling you to believe in something, then maybe it's a good time to step back. Step back from that person. Hey, step back from this channel. However, if you feel a deep soul resonance, if you feel a connection in your heart space, and you should know the difference, sometimes it's subtle. The more you tune into it, the louder it gets. All of a sudden, it's like, I don't know how. I don't know why logically. Doesn't make sense, but somehow deep down, I know that that is true. I know that that is my truth. That resonates with me, deep down within. That is it, guys. That is your only truth meter. Because we're living in a world of illusion, disillusion. in chaos and fear and projection and manipulation. We're living in a world of AI projections. If you don't figure out your discernment right now, it's only going to get more confusing for you. This is the time, right now, to stop the external noise. Stop seeking external validation. Stop ChatGPTing your awakening symptoms. And tune in to the literal infinite knowledge you have within yourself.
So, I've got to say, I find this really powerful. It's very easy to see when you look at it through this particular lens that there are so many distractions playing out on the planet right now, trying to take our attention, trying to take us away from our true power, right? And I love the way that Alan Watts puts it as well. I've used that piece many times because it's just always worth repeating. Because it's powerful. It's true. Your focus is the new currency. So therefore, everybody is vying for your currency. However, what we really need to do is be investing it in ourselves. For me, Team John Drew, right? I've got, a team. I've got my higher self. I've got my team of guides, masters, and angels. And I know that every time I tune in, and again, using Jole's kind of, wisdom in terms of meditations, that connection, the heart sort of pineal gland connection, connecting out there and, like encouraging, because a lot of the time you have to permission these things. If you ignore your team that's out there, they can't do anything, right? Because you have free will. That's what this planet is all about. So if you never ask, if you never reach out, if you don't even realize you have a team, which, let's face it, a lot of people do not realize that they're not here alone, right? But we're not here alone. We have this massive wisdom and knowledge at our disposal, which is outside of the physical, but is completely accessible to those that have only our best interests at heart. So I think that is really so important to kind of put it in that way, to realize that, all this disconnected energy that's out there that's trying to draw your attention is doing it for a reason. It's part of the test. It's part of the Earth School test for this shift of the ages, trying to take you away from focusing on where your real power, seat of power is. Because once you identify your seat of power and you get to engage with that on a regular basis, you can't be touched. That's it. Your frequency is now up here, and therefore whatever's going on here, you could do like the Pam Gregory thing. You would take your eagle's perch and look at it from above, fully understanding that what is happening and why it's happening. And at the same time, you then become a beacon for those around you who can see that you're not getting stressed when they feel you should be getting stressed, because you're focused on you. You are focused on your seat of power, as we said. So yeah, I think that's a really powerful thing. But I want to just bring Jole in for comments on that as well.
Very good. And I'm listening to you, and something inside of me goes, it's where kind of like Tesla meets Joe Dispenza, and I was listening to something the other day, and it resonated very well. So this is part of practice. 369 was Tesla's. He says, if you understand this combination of numbers, or these numbers, you really have the keys to the universe, or the keys to manifestation, right? So one of the things that they broke it down as was 3, right? The 3, you want to listen to something 3 times in a row. Listen 3 times. When you're speaking, you want to, or if somebody's speaking or you're speaking, like affirmations out loud, you want to say that 6 times. And when you're reading something like your affirmation, you want to read that 9 times. And that's how you embody that energy in a way that can help you manifest. So I'm specifically talking about an affirmation. You're listening to it 3 times. Maybe you've recorded yourself like in a moon alchemy, listening to that 3 times, right? Then you have your words that you're saying out loud. You want to say those 6 times, right? And then you want to read them You want to read them 9 times, and even better if you write them out. So I repeated that because sometimes it takes a while to get it together. But when you do that on a regular basis, let's say you do it once a day, you're listening, you're speaking, and you're reading this in that order. It helps the frequency and the vibration. That's the way, like, you're revving your engine,
Mm.
right? You're revving. I don't know how you would, you know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah.
you're gonna, because you want to go faster. So that's one of the ways in which you can help yourself. Now, time doesn't exist, but we're imprisoned by it, unfortunately. So I get sometimes when we can't do it all the time, but just try and remember that so that you have these moments that you can use things to practice. Because oftentimes I was like, well, what do I do? How do I raise my vibration? What exactly do I do? You can go outside and ground, but some of the things you can do on your own are these little tiny tweaks that cumulatively over time, they really lead you to your goals and that unspeakable beauty that we talk about. But it's a constant thing. And we're being met with a barrage of don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, do something else. So
Mm.
carving out that time is also very valuable to keep the practice moving.
Yeah, absolutely it is. It is. It is. And one of the things I find as well is that all the external distractions, if I then allow myself to actually do what I know that I will, will serve me more, which is actually to take some time out for me and to then just focus on these things. And then I'm thinking, why do I not do this more often? Because it just feels so good, right? I mean, it's better than watching football on TV. It's better than this. It's better than that because you just feel this wholeness, this beautiful tingly sensation, and it's joyous. So,
And yep. And afterwards, you see the difference, right? Not to interrupt, but I've noticed like you'll sit there and you'll go, I know what I do, but why don't I do it? And that's like we got to get all the chemicals of the physical body moving. And we also have to get some of that program out, because oftentimes we're doing things from a very young age we don't really want to be doing, and we don't know why we're doing them.
mm,
Schooling, for instance, we logically know we need it to exist in this world, but there's a lot of parameters and boundaries around that make us sick. So that's one of the reasons why when we have something that's good for us, we eschew it because we've been programmed to want to do the things, or we've been programmed to forced into doing the things we don't want to do. So now we're our own security guard. So when it comes to like doing things that make us feel good and having fun and meditating and raising our vibration, they've already put those little markers in there for us so that we don't want to reach for that. So that's why we talk about the practice, because the more you practice, the more you resolve and dissolve those markers, I want to call them, that they've put in throughout our food, commercials, movies, TV, books, learning, school,
yeah.
or it's an onslaught.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's part of the challenge, and we chose the challenge, right? So we don't
Yeah,
need to feel bad about it. It's just realize that, we have the power to rise above it all. And
yeah.
it just makes it exciting. We just continue to learn and grow and expand
Come
and
on.
step into that power and step into our superpowers, which is what this next section is all about, right? It's
Awesome.
time to slip that underwear over the top of your trousers. And we're gonna be going to Darius J. Wright.
Yeah. Don't forget your cape.
Oh, yes. Yes, we need something for modesty as well.